안녕하세요 여러분, 이름은 AJ예요. My name is AJ and welcome back to Shadow Spinner Reacts, where we are starting Moving. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this drama except for I think I saw that something like thriller attached to it or whatnot. It is currently on Disney Plus and Hulu, but I strongly recommend that you watch it on Hulu instead of Disney Plus, because Disney Plus only has the English dub version and Hulu has the actual original Korean audio. So I would strongly recommend watching it on Hulu directly instead of Disney Plus. Even though weirdly they're Hulu and Disney Plus are like all together bundled in the same family, but weirdly it's only available on Hulu in the original language. So that being said, and I always recommend watching the subtitled version instead of the dubs, even when they do a good job with dubbing, which doesn't happen very often. There's some things that don't directly translate, the movement on the mouth is not going to match. The big thing is that the sentence structure isn't the same, so where emphasis is in the sentence doesn't line up, which means the emotional points don't in the vocals are not going to match the acting, and it's also incredibly difficult to replicate the emotional quality that comes with the original voicing from the original actors. It really diminishes the performance to watch something dubbed. That's my soapbox on that. That's all I'm saying. So I strongly recommend watching this series on Hulu instead of Disney Plus, just so that you can get the original audio. But go watch it there first, come back. I'm going in completely blind beyond that. Like, I have no idea what this is about. I have no idea who the characters are. I don't know who the actors are. I haven't looked at a poster. I know nothing. So, except for that I keep hearing people talk about it. But it's like, lately, because I'm starting to react on YouTube to Korean dramas, anytime anybody mentions a drama that I haven't seen yet, I'm like, thank you for the name of the drama, la 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 la, don't tell me anything about it, because I want to be completely blind. So I'm making a mental note of all the names of dramas and completely tuning people out when they're talking about what the drama's about, so that I want to be as blind as humanly possible. So yeah, we're about to get started on this. As I said, no info. If you'd like to be able to vote in the polls to help decide what comes up next, you can do that over on our Patreon. You can also get content up to 3 weeks early. And we have the full uncut reactions that you just sync up with your own copy. But or you can just like stay here on YouTube with me, whatever floats your boat. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, and I guess I should say, like, also, if you could please drop a like, it really helps in the algorithm on YouTube. Okay, we're in space. Well, at least I know the character's name because they actually said it in the subtitles. You are in space without a spacesuit, sir. You're not supposed to be there. Yeah, I'd be screaming too, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I hate this shot. I hate this shot. It's disorienting. That's a good question. 누구세요? that actually is the thought that popped in my head, is like, is God talking to him? You're having a weird dream, sir. Oh, that is a horrifying dream to have. That is a horrifying dream to have. Oh, it's a common dream for you. This is that's a horrifying dream. That's like, ugh. I don't know what would be scarier, falling from that heights in a dream or being stuck underwater. Oh. 불고기? I love how said that at the same time as him.
프랜차이즈로 하는 건.
야, 희수야, 너 새학교 진짜 교복 안 사도 되는 거야?
Franchises are not always the best. If you can go it alone without a franchise and make just as much money, then it's better not to do a franchise because you'll owe franchise fees. And depending on the way the franchise works, you might owe those fees as a percentage of sales, or you might owe it as a flat fee, or you might owe it as a combination of both. So if you're able to generate just as many customers and have more control over your individual restaurant, then I would say it's better to go it alone. But if you need the package deal and the brand name in order to generate customers, then it's better to franchise. That's a personal opinion on the subject. 힘들었어. Yo? You didn't put a yo on there. Did you just speak 반말 to your mother? He just spoke 반말 to his mother. But seriously, she's putting ankle weights on him?
그러니까
Why are you putting weights in his
저
backpack?
괜찮아요. 저 오늘은
Why, is he actually gonna float away? Is that what you're worried about here? I don't actually know if that's a thing in this show. Does he float away? Subway line, extended construction. I didn't catch all of that. Okay, so she's running to school and keeping up with the bus and outrunning the bus.
지각 있는데요?
이미 늦었어.
You're already late for school. Don't stare at her.
근데요. 싫다기보다는 그 초면에 매너가 아니지 않나 싶어서.
Aww,
지식하기.
he's cute.
가방 줘.
He's adorable. She is not rude, she's just... Because, like, that was actually a polite thing to do, but she's not speaking super rudely in that she's not, like, cursing or talking down to him or anything, but she's speaking casually, which could be perceived as rude with somebody you're not familiar with. Although if he is younger than her, that's not entirely... but they are, like, kids still. It's hard to say. People aren't as formal in this generation as they used to be. Wait a second, that's not right. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. Where's my phone? I'm gonna look this up. That is incorrect. Yeah, it's not 3.146, it's 3.141592. It's like he was repeating pi, but he was repeating it incorrectly. It's 3.141592. 65359. I knew I wasn't crazy. He was saying pi incorrectly. I mean, I guess if that's the decor you want on your wall. I've always found maps like that rather useless because everything's so small I can't read it anyway, even when it is in a language that I know. So it's senior year. But he was actually floating on the bus. Oh, come on, that's rude. He is right there.
필이면 우리 반 학생이냐?
Okay, he was literally right there.
예외는 없어야겠죠.
그렇지.
He's a good kid. But also, he missed it by 2 seconds. I'd have let him in. Especially when I see how much he's carrying. It wasn't like he wasn't trying to get there on time. He's not somebody that was just lazy and just was like skipping school. So you can always tell who the characters are because they're the ones they actually bother to give names to in the subtitles. You know, you could smile when saying hi back to people.
주셨으면 나갔을 텐데.
Oh, hello you. And hello to you too. See you a lot. I don't know that, like, I have allergies, so I sympathize with people that are always sniffling, but there's something about the way he's doing it that just strikes me as uncomfortable.
남았으니까.
I've only got 1 semester for what? Now I'm gonna be like hyper self-conscious anytime I sniffle, and I sniffle a lot because I have asthma.
시간제도 곧 야, 관리 잘하고.
Oh, don't put your used tissues in someone else's hands.
선생 다 됐네.
I've never understood when people who are like, I am a teacher, I'm going to like stand on top of everybody, and I'm like, why is everybody be acting weird? What is going on here? That everybody is acting weird. Like, what is this? Like, that should not have felt as uncomfortable as it felt. The smartphone basket. He's about to snatch your smartphone. Ah! Why are you drinking that much water? I love how she's like, dude, that's impressive.
한별의 고상고상탕 구독 좋아요.
I love how she's like, that was unnecessary, but thank you.
시바라.
Well, first of all, you're vaping in a classroom.
앉아.
It's gross whether you're in a classroom or out of a classroom.
교통비 들죠, 식비 들죠, 기숙사비 들죠.
He's like, you can't get into a college with your grades in a university in Seoul. Okay, I can't afford to go to a university outside of Seoul.
보니까 운동 잘하네. 장학금 싹 다 받을 수 있어.
This is a good solution.
그래도 제대로 안 나가는.
All degrees are tough. They're tough in different
학원
ways,
다녀야
but
되잖아요. 학원비가 얼마나 비싼데요?
아니.
they're only expensive if you have to pay for it. If you get a full ride scholarship, it's not expensive.
운동장에서 하고 우리 학교에 강당 있다.
I am hopeful that he's actually a good teacher because he does seem to be like, okay, well, let's look at your situation. That's not a realistic solution. Here's a realistic solution for you.
선생님이고 교복 입고 학교 다닌다는 애는 네가 처음인 것 같아. 너 되게 특이하다.
Why do you want to wear a different school's uniform? I know why. It's because she mentioned earlier having to buy a uniform.
안녕, 장희수야.
장희수.
고3 마지막 생활 잘해보자.
She's like, what do you want me to say? I lived in a small town. I did nothing. We're almost ready to graduate.
국어가 걸어온 모습을 살펴보고 국어가 나가야 할 방향에 대해서
That actually would be a very interesting class. I would love a class on how the Korean language changed over time. I like languages. I like linguistics. I like the evolution of linguistics. I don't know why. I don't like history. I just like language history. I don't know. Is he gonna start floating away in the middle of class, though? So we've established that he's got a very specific thing. You're still saying it wrong! No, 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 don't float away in class. That is, though, like, there's enough of the numbers that are correct that makes me sure that he's trying to say pi. I don't know if I'm not actually catching the Korean, because he's mumbling it. So I'm not actually hearing the Korean to know whether he's saying it incorrectly or whether the subtitles are incorrect. But either way, it's driving me a little bit nuts that they have repeatedly gotten pi incorrect. Hello? Can I help you, sir? I mean, okay, I thought he was gonna get in the Mercedes for a second. And there's nothing suspicious about this at all. No, this is totally, completely normal. That there's with a single box inside of it. There's a giant F on your back. Like, of all the tattoos in the world. Like, so your other tattoos are very intricate, and then there's a giant fuzzy F. Oh, there's so many sus things about this. Supernatural control agency. Is he, like, taking them out? Is that what this is? Is this like X-Men? We're gonna find anybody with special powers and take them out? And that's why he's trying very hard not to get caught floating away? I wish I get, because it's subtitles in English and everything, but it would be easier for me to remember their names if it was in Hangul. He's still trying not to float away. This is really bad to do, like, standing long jump and stuff in. You want to do that outside, preferably on grass, because landing on a hard floor over and over and over again is going to mess up your knees really badly, really fast. You don't want to be doing it on the gravel either, but you want to be doing it on dirt, on something that has a little bit of give to it. There's a reason why, if you look at a lot of long jumps and stuff, they land in sand.
장희수는 어떤 겁니까? 저랑 같은
Okay, so he's also got an ability. Okay, so
안 가?
her ability is probably sports-based. Like speed or something like that. His ability, they said like mine, so presumably similar. And I'm guessing they don't know about Bonsok. So what exactly is your ability? It's not endless endurance because you're sweating and panting. I'm sorry, that was a fast flashback, but what?
진짜? 이런 분 여기 안 계시는데?
So he's saying directly so that he can find who the person is.
점심들 먹고 와요.
저 아직 점심시간 안 됐는데.
Go have lunch. Well, he knows that something's about to go very wrong.
존댓말은 존나 잘하는데.
칭찬 고마워요.
What is this guy's? I can't. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Because the other guy's giving off bad guy vibes. So.
진짜 여기 왜 안 써요?
Well, you just said you were gonna delete him. That implies that you're going to kill him. If you're gonna say, like, I'm just saying, like you said you're gonna, like, what choice does he? He's like, oh, you're gonna fight? Well, I'm not gonna stand here passively and let you kill me. Like, what do you expect, man? But what we haven't established is why. What is the motive behind this? But why? What is the reason? What is happening here? I don't know who the good guys and the bad guys are. Because, for all I know, he's being sent because this guy used his abilities to hurt people. Or he could just be, like, killing everybody who has an ability that he can catch.
아이가 있냐고요?
He has to have children, because what? If he had children, then what would he do? Is he gonna kill the kids because they might have inherited whatever that is? I'm so confused about what's going on here.
아니 저번 일은 그냥
내가 한다고. 내가 담임이니까.
Okay, so he's
나는
managing
부담이잖아.
people with abilities.
기간제지.
내가 들어줄게.
네가 왜 내 셔틀이냐?
네가 아침에 내가 방 들어줬잖아. 이제 내 차례야.
He's like, I need weight.
나요, 제발.
He's like, I need to be weighed down so that I don't fly away. So he has like no control. So he's the only one that I really clearly understand what his is, and the guy that just died obviously was strength. The guy that killed him had something going on.
안녕하세요.
I don't know what all was skill, but the glasses breaking, definitely he did not touch that, so I'm guessing something sonic? Oh, that looks so good.
개학 날이어서 아쉽게 일찍 끝났어요.
They let him out early? It is dark outside. Yes, I started floating away at my desk. And floating away on the bus on the way. I don't know how you would deal with that. So we've got people with powers. We've got at least one person who possibly was abusing their power. It looked like he'd done fighting and stuff before. Like, he got on somebody's bad list. And they said he retired from something. And you've got an organization that is controlling people with abilities, but it's like, is it one of those, we hunt down people who have abused it, or we hunt down everybody who has it, or we hunt you down and either you join us or we kill you. The thing that got me was when he said, do you have any children? I'm like, that implied to me that if the answer had been yes, then he would have killed the children because they might have inherited abilities. And that is what makes me think that it's an evil organization, because if it was just hunting down the bad guys, they're not going to go after anybody's kids.
뭘 걱정이야? 어?
That's actually not that bad. That's only $60. Which, you know, sounds expensive, but if it's for an article of clothing they're going to wear like every single day.
가깝게 지내도 돼.
Okay.
장이수.
Okay. What is his deal?
다녀왔습니다.
So Gangun is a model student in everybody else's eyes, but he's keeping an eye on Jisoo. We don't really know why. Jisoo was clearly, I don't know if she was a victim or if she was set up to be the perpetrator, like what, but something clearly bad happened with Jisoo wherever she came from. Mysterious deaths. So it's been hunting down a lot of people. Are we gonna get any answers before the end of episode 1? He's in this. Okay. Hello, sir. You're in, like, every drama that has somebody in a position of power in a suit has you in it somewhere.
이상하게 돌아가네.
The situation is strange to begin with. It said we work in the shadows to protect the sunlight.
관리는
옮겨 신기 모두 마쳤습니다.
I'm sorry, the what? Did you just say the breeding program? And it flashed very briefly. It didn't keep the captions up, but I think it said summit meeting of the two Koreas. That's not what I expected to see underneath her sewing table.
여전히 작은 무게와 감정
Alright, so
변화에
that's why you've got padding all over your room.
엄마를 위해서는
Oh,
언제나
wow.
스스로 몸을 컨트롤해야만 했다.
Which can only mean that somebody's controlling the flow of information. That's what it means. Also that it's legit, because they wouldn't have bothered deleting it if it wasn't legit. If someone is deleting them. Yup. Okay. Well, then. That was an interesting first episode. I'm gonna see if there's another level of Hulu that I can buy that will eliminate the ads, because it was actually really frustrating. It felt like every 5 minutes there was a minute and a half of ads. It was excessive. But this is a very interesting show. As I said, I went in completely blind, but this is not what I was expecting in any way, shape, or form. So we have 3 kids that we're watching right now. Unsuk, Hisu and Gongmoon, I think. I'll have to double check their names in between. One is completely innocent. The other, we're not quite sure what her backstory is, but we saw like literally a 1-second flashback to something crazy that she was in. And the other guy, I don't know what his deal is, Mr. Class President. He has an ability that we don't know actually Hisu's or Mr. Class President's abilities exactly. We just know that they have them, and he's been told to keep an eye on her, but we don't know why. We don't know why. We've got one teacher that's clearly trying to set them up to have decent lives and keeping an eye on them, but like seemingly has their back. We don't know what his deal is either. We've got some type of underground organization. However, based on what was said in that final room, those people are not connected to the organization that eliminated what's his name by throwing him out a window, because otherwise they would have known, or because he was like, wait, the guy's dead, like, so that wasn't coordinated by them, but they did participate in covering it up. It's just very interesting. And it's weird because there's moments where it's incredibly just lighthearted. Like, when I first started watching this, I'm like, oh, I was not expecting this to be a student age show. And it's not, I don't think, actually. It just happens that 3 of the main characters are in high school. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting. It's intriguing. I'm looking forward to more. Yeah, I can't make any predictions because I need more information before I can start making predictions on anything. In the meantime, though, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can go ahead and check out the Patreon, as I said before, to join in the polls or get things up to 3 weeks early, or watch our full uncut reactions, or you can just hang out with me here on YouTube, whatever floats your boat, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, annyeong!